Hi there. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So, this is one of your first times. Welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Also, make sure that you are subscribed. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or you can get onto my Facebook page. That would be amazing. One other thing is make sure that you have given StreamYard permission so that I know who I'm actually talking to as I go along. So, welcome to my card sketch. It's card sketch number 143. I really enjoy doing these card sketches, and I hope that it's actually inspired you to create cards on your own using these kind of card sketches. That's the whole purpose of a card sketch, is to inspire you to make something on your own and go from there. In any event, this card sketch, and I'm just going to pop on right on down to the bottom onto my desktop here. This card sketch was actually inspired by a card sketch that was yesterday. Not that it's anything really that close. Hello, Brenda. Hello. Um, but it's something that was, it had some different same sort of elements on it, and it inspired me to do this. So it's amazing how an inspiration can come where the card sketch, and I'll quickly show you what the card sketch was like. This diagonal went like this and this went across and there were squares on there, but I changed it up to make it look like this. And this is that's how I go. I hello Pam, hello Margaret. Oh, in any event, yes, I was at a stamp camp all weekend. It was an international stamp camp. We had some gals from Australia. We had some from the UK, some from the States, and also two of us from Canada. So it was a lot of fun. It was tiring. It always is tiring, but we do these. We're going to be doing these 3 times a year. We've done our 8th one now, so we're on to our 9th. And that's going to be in July is when we're doing it. All right, so let's get on to our card sketch. So I have to tell you, I have to use some of the new stuff. And honestly, this new stuff is amazing. But starting in March, there's going to be exclusive online things that are available. They're not going to be put out in any publications. Good morning, Betty. Now, when I say it's not put out in a publication, it means that you can order it any way you want, but you can actually go online to see these exclusives. They'll be in real time. So if you don't see them on the online exclusive, it means that they're either sold out or that they're not carrying it anymore. But they're going to be bringing some stuff back, but there's some new stuff that's in here. So I want to show you that. I am playing with the Hello Irresistible today. And man, oh man, this is an amazing bundle. I'm going to show you the stamp sets. The stamp sets look like this, but here are what the dies look like. And I think the dies are the bomb. I love this one here. To me, it looks like, this reminds me of a water feature that could have water dribbling down, and this is just amazing as well. And of course, who doesn't like flowers? But when you look at this, it's the designer series paper that I think really steals the show, other than that one particular die. And this is the designer series paper, and it's it's 6 by 6. It has images that look like they've been embossed on them, and of course that's an image that I would love. And then look at these subtle ones on the back. Now, for any of you that's been with Stampin' Up for a very long time, you might notice some flower or some colors that are in here that are not in our color palette right now. And I can, at this point, I can tell you what those colors are, and that's Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. And these two colors were probably some of my favorite colors from the past. And I'm so glad they're bringing them back. But they still work pretty well with some of the colors that we already have. So I'm going to go ahead. Like I say, this is starting on March the 1st. You'll be able to go just online, go online exclusives when you go into the store, or you could use the QR code as well. So it works quite well. I really like that idea. In any event, this is what we're using today, and some of the DSP and the embellishments that go along with this are, they're loose. And there's Pretty Peacock, there's Flirty Flamingo, and then there's also Daffodil Delight, and they're so pretty as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this particular sketch. Like I say, a lot of people ask me where I get my sketch ideas from. I get them from I actually do the card first and then I do my sketch. I don't do the card. I kind of just lay it out on there and then I figure that's what I'm going to do. And then I start playing with it afterwards when I'm on here live. So this has a regular card base, not a normal card for me because I usually have one more layer on there, but I didn't have any layers this time. So this happens to be soft seafoam, which goes great with this new designer series paper. And it's 5.5 by 8.5. And of course, when it goes here, the regular card base, it's the finished card base. So it's 4.25 by 5.5. And then that's basically the size of that. Now, another thing that's on here, it says layer number 1 is 1.25 by 5.5 inch. This is the 1.25 by 5 inch. And I'm going to kind of put it on here. Now, this happens to be in soft seafoam. Soft succulent, but it does kind of go along with this designer series paper. So I think it works out quite well. And so I went and I cut these dies. And these dies are really quite flimsy, but they're beautiful dies. And now I'm seeing which one of these is the one. Okay, it's this one. So I actually went and I used the adhesive strips on this particular one because I thought it would be a lot easier to actually put onto this card. And I think I'm going to need my silicone mat on here. And I'll come in here. And like I say, hello. I have come in. And there is, my goodness, now this is really hard to see. I know it's this one. So I use the adhesive sheets on here. But I would have thought that I could have seen where the ends were on here. I can't. Well, in any event, I'm just going to come in here and try to take these off then. Or is it? Geez, maybe I've got the wrong one. I don't think this is here. I might just end up just gluing this. I thought it would be so much easier if I had the adhesive sheets on here. There we go. We're going to start now. It's going to start. But I would have thought that would have been a lot easier to put it. Nope. Isn't that strange? Well, I guess we're just going to glue that on is what we're going to do. All right, so I'm just coming in with my adhesive glue. See, this looks like it's got that. There we go. It does have it. So I'm just going to take off this adhesive sheets off the back. And they're in strips. So, and when I say strips, on the adhesive sheets, what happens is that it has on the back, it's split into 3 different sizes or 3 different levels. Man, that is not the way I wanted to do that, but that's okay. All right, so let's take these adhesive sheets off of here as well. So maybe on this detailed of a thing, it's not as great of an idea to use this. See, because this is the second sheet coming off here. Because they're perforated, not perforated, but they're kind of split on the back. Let's see what I can get off. I don't like that. See, that's what I mean. I just go and I lay these things down and then I say, oh, I think that should work like that. And guess what? It didn't. But this will come off. Well, I'm going to struggle with it because I think I can get it to work. And it'll be a lot easier than putting glue on here. And there's another one there. How sad is that, eh? Well, let's just put that to the side and not waste any more time. So I'm just going to come in here with this particular one. All right, so I'm just going to come use some glue on this particular one. And I'm going to let it set for a bit because that's the key to when you're putting glue onto the back here. Like I say, if this had worked, and I think it's because it's so fragile and so thin that's the reason why it doesn't work. I think what you need to do is you need to have the foam adhesive. You need it to be colored. You need it to be, when I say colored, you need it to be where you can actually see to take it off. All right, so we're going to layer this onto this 1 1/4 inch by, I said 5 1/2. And all it is basically you want it to be so that you can trim it off at the end. So you want this to relax with the glue. There we go. So that's going to give us our strip. Let's see. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to say, if you've got patience, use the adhesive strip. And maybe if you put it on another color other than white, we would have been fine. But this was white on white. So, all right, so I'm going to kind of lay this out so we kind of know which way it goes. Now on here, it has 2 pieces of paper, and it's 2.5 by 4. So I'm thinking to myself, I really like this page here. So I'm going to put that there. And then I took this piece of soft succulent and I did it through the open cane embossing folder. And it's just like that is how it's going to work. So I think I'm going to bring this up a little bit more on an angle. Let's put this here and then like this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim off that excess. Instead of trying to get this so it's the right way, it's easier to trim it off after. All right. So like I say, I'm just coming in with my snips and trimming this off. You could put this in your paper trimmer if you wanted to. I think, though, if it was in your paper trimmer, that it would probably get stuck on some of this, this bubbly sort of thing. So that's why I think it's best to trim it off with your scissors. Let's get those out of the way because we know there's a bit of glue on there. And now see how this has gone up here. So I'm just actually going to go, just put a bit of glue on there and a bit of glue here. Yeah, this would have worked great with the adhesive sheets if I didn't try the white on white. Never even thought of that. All right, so there we have the strip there. We have this and this, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put those on. We know we're going to do this. And then on this part, it says an image. So what I want to do, and I want to show you what I'm going to do with this, is I have this designer series paper, but I think on the back side of this, I love this, and this is where we could get some images. I wanted to make it in such a way that it kind of all flowed together. Like I say, this is not even like me with just no layer. So I'm coming in with this image from the stamp set. This one here. And I'm going to come in with this image as well. And I think we'll do a thank you card with that. So let's go in. And of course, we're going to have to do this with white embossing powder. So I'm going to use my Versamark. Let's do that. Going to come in, and this is going to be where we're not going to be able to see this very well. This is going to go here. And then I'm going to also go in with my thank you. Just like that. Whoops. And let's use our embossing. Hello. Okay. Now, these images that are on this, in this designer series paper, the ones that are like this, look like they've been embossed. So that's why I thought I'd emboss, and I get these green colored flowers on here. I thought that would be kind of cool to have on there. So I'm just going to go in and quickly emboss that. I'm not going to take the time to cut it out. I've got these cut out as already, but I just wanted to show you how well this looks on here. There we go. See how nice that looks. And everybody knows I love to emboss. I think it makes the card classier. Like I say, I wish I had the Lost Lagoon and the Pretty Peacock, but we're thinking there's a color refresh. Nothing's been confirmed yet. So at this point, it's kind of bad at this. You know, we're not sure. Okay, so I have this already. So let's attach these. Now I'm wondering, should I put this up with, no, I'm going to put the image up. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this. Just put that like that. You know, let's bring this up a bit. There. And this embossing folder is amazing. I think it'd be really nice using the other side, but I haven't done that yet. Let's just put that like that. And then we've got this to go on here. There's these leaves here. They're going to go on there. Plus, I also have some of these leaves that are die cut from those dies. So that's going to go on there as well. And then we also have the thank you cut out. I've already cut that part out, but I think it needs a bit more stuff with it. So this is something that's been added to the free stuff from Celebration, and this is the frayed ribbon. It's the it's called white, and it's a frayed ribbon. And what you can do with this ribbon, and I think I've got way too much here, you can just take this like this and pull this off just like this. And I'm going to cut this part off. And we're going to use this underneath the ribbon so that we kind of have this come up a bit. So it's going to come down. And you know what? You know, have you ever seen when you get a haircut that there's a bunch of this done? That's what I'm going to kind of do, because I don't want it to be quite even. You know, I should have my ribbon scissors for this. So I'm just going to come in and just like that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to have that come out there, but I want to attach this, and I'm going to do it with tear and tape. And the reason with tear and tape is because I don't want it moving off of there. And I'm going to do it twice on there, and then we can trim this part off. All right, so let's take these ribbon scissors and cut those down as well. So this will kind of go like this. You know, I want it more uneven. There we go. Let's get those pieces all off of there. So like this. Okay, now what we can do is I can start popping this up with dimensionals. Let's go ahead and do that. It's funny, there's a lot of people that may use Scotch tape on their card, like they would have Scotch taped that down. Scotch tape to me means to be done for office work. I don't know, we've got tear and tape, it works great. There we go. So let's go put that on there like so. And then we've got these pieces. I've got so much sticky on me. So I'm going to come in and just put some of these leaves. I'm only attaching them down at the bottom. I like the free flow of. Let's go there. Let's put this piece. This piece is so pretty on here too. You know what? I think it can go. You know, that frayed ribbon's going to be the life of me. Let me just get some of that off. There we go. Let me move that because I'm actually going to go and put this down there. But what I'm going to do on this particular one is I'm going to come in with my little, well, I was going to come in with my, oh, look, I've got glue all over me and I've got this. So let's just come and cut off some of this strip here. I'm just going to use that on this part here, on the edge. And one more. If it wasn't so noisy, I'd come in with my little tiny vacuum and get all this fringe off of there. This is going to go here. And then I'm going to put glue down at the bottom down here. There we go. That's going to pop that up there. And then let's go put one of these kind of out from there. Then we've got another couple of these that I've cut out. I'll just put that down there. What embossing folder? This embossing folder is called the Open, oh, now I forget, Open Cane. And it's from the J to A mini catalog. And it's in with the, what bundle is it in with? I think it's in with the Sentimental Park bundle. I'll check that out for you in just a second here. All right, so we have those there. Now, I thought that it kind of needed a bit more ribbony sort of stuff on there. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but I am going to come in and I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these bows on here. Now, I find with this ribbon, this is that, the ribbon is the bias ribbon. And this ribbon is so staticky, and I'm going to give you a tiny bit of a hint on here. I am just taking my spritzer, which happens to have alcohol in it, like it's rubbing alcohol. I find if you put some of that rubbing alcohol on here, it takes some of the static away, and it makes it easier to tie bows. That, or if you use your stamping blends on here, it's just so staticky. So I'm just going to come in and let's tie a double bow. I'm going to try this. There we go. Just like so. And this should be cut because it's the end parts. But it really helps with that, with it not being so staticky. That's why I usually like coloring this ribbon with the blends so that it works better. All right, so this will go just here. Oh my goodness, you guys were all at stamp camp. Jan's there. Oh my goodness. Yes. And Betty was there. There we go. So see, that's going to add just a bit more there. So like I say, you can see that this, for the ones that were at the stamp camp, you can see that this was definitely inspired by that card sketch. So thanks to Tracy for doing that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. And this is just giving you a lot more texture on this particular card, right? Now, if you want, I guess you could use some of that, the Wink of Stella. I think that's enough, but I think the gems that would be perfect with this, and I just had them here, would be the opal dots, and that's these ones. These ones here that do go with the suite, if I had used Lost Lagoon or the Pretty Peacock, these ones would have been fine. But I think what I'm going to do, because I'm using that soft succulent, I'm just going to come in with a 2021-23 in color opal rounds. Now, I'm going to tell you this is retiring. Another thing that I'm going to tell you is that these colors are retiring, the in colors. So if you like some of those colors, get them while you can. And let's see. There we go. So that's got a lot of different texture on there, but I think that turned out not too bad. All right, so we also do have some inside for the inside of the card. And I'm just going to come in with this bigger stamp set, or maybe what I'll do is do the leaves on this one. Might be good. Now, don't forget to go into my Facebook group, and the link is down below to the group. And on that group, you can enter your card using this sketch, and you can enter it. And if you live in Canada, I can send product to you. But if you live outside of Canada, what I would need to do is I need to send you a tutorial, but I have some excellent tutorials that I could give you. But anyways, there's the card. I wasn't ever really much of a soft seafoam person, but it definitely goes with this beautiful, beautiful designer series paper. Now, that particular embossing folder, like I say, is the open weave, or open, what's it called? The cane weave one. And it goes along with page 31 of the catalog. It goes along with this, the Regency Park one. So it's this die, this embossing folder that's right there. All right. And like I say, this is online exclusive. It's going to start as of March the 1st. And it's exciting because we don't even know. Thank you. We don't even know what the next cards are going to be. We have no idea what what other stuff is going to be in those online exclusives. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. So awesome. Yes. So what's happening next? Oh my goodness. Like I said, don't forget about the online exclusives. It starts March the 1st. You can see a lot of this particular product. There's a new stamp set that we as demonstrators got to have. Don't forget that Celebration's still on. I used the frayed ribbon on this particular card just to show you that there's some more, celebration items that are added. And don't forget about Join My Team offer with that fantastic boho blue embossing thing. And if you cut and emboss machine, and if you already have a cut and emboss machine, the sign up is for $135. You get $225 anyways of free stuff. So that stuff's all good. So thank you. Oh, thank you, Gina. Gina shared to Pinterest, and I do appreciate that. Make sure if you like this, somebody was mad at me. I don't know what somebody was mad at me for, but in any event, make sure that you give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate that. Share my card. I appreciate that as well. This will be on a blog post as soon as you can get this product in your own in your own hands. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed that, and we will talk to you soon. Oh, catch me tomorrow, 1 o'clock Pacific time. I'm going to be doing a fancy fold or a 3D project. We learned a fantastic box on this stamp camp. I was thinking maybe I might try that, but maybe it's a little too soon after that. But anyways, I'm going to I actually have a fancy fold that I want to do for you tomorrow. So we'll see you at 1 o'clock Pacific time. 11 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow. And have a great Sunday or Monday, depending where you're at. And we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.